Have you ever thought that the greatest transformation in your life could begin right now? Not by chasing external achievements, but by turning inward? Imagine rising above distractions, emotional chaos, and challenges to discover an inner strength that no external force can shake. This journey doesn't require extraordinary leaps. It starts with a simple principle: focus on your personal growth. Through the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, we can learn how to live deliberately, face adversity with courage, and build a life of deep meaning and virtue. Join me as we explore how to make 2025 the year you take charge and become the architect of your own transformation. 1. Core principles of Stoicism. Stoicism offers a profound framework for navigating life's challenges with wisdom and clarity. At its heart, it teaches us to cultivate inner mastery, embracing principles that empower us to live purposefully and with serenity. Let us explore these timeless teachings with depth and reflection. The power of focusing on what we can control. At the foundation of Stoicism lies an essential truth: the dichotomy of control. This principle teaches us to direct our energy toward what lies within our power, our thoughts, emotions, and actions, while accepting with equanimity what is beyond it, such as the opinions of others, external events, or outcomes. Epictetus poignantly captured this idea: it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This is more than a call to endurance. It is an invitation to freedom. By focusing only on our inner domain, we disentangle ourselves from the chaos of externalities and find clarity in action. Imagine the liberation that comes from ceasing to fret over the uncontrollable. Every moment reclaimed from worry is a moment gained for purpose. This principle also reminds us to pause and reflect before reacting. For instance, when faced with criticism, a Stoic would ask, "Is this within my control?" If not, the criticism becomes merely noise, unworthy of disturbing the peace within. Gratitude as a path to presence. Life's fleeting nature, often seen as a source of anxiety, becomes a profound teacher in Stoicism. The Stoic recognizes that each moment is a rare gift, an opportunity never to be repeated. By reflecting on the impermanence of life, we are drawn to appreciate the beauty of the present moment. Marcus Aurelius, a master of this wisdom, wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." His words urge us to see the mundane as miraculous. The sun rising, the air we breathe, the love we share. These are treasures often overlooked in our hurried lives. Gratitude, then, becomes not just an emotion but a discipline, a practice of anchoring ourselves in the present. By embracing gratitude, we liberate ourselves from the chains of regret and fear. The past, though immutable, can teach us. The future, though uncertain, can inspire us. But it is in the present that life unfolds, and the Stoic learns to act with intentionality here and now. Emotional mastery through discipline. Contrary to misconceptions, Stoicism does not advocate for the suppression of emotions. Instead, it calls for their mastery. A Stoic understands that emotions are natural responses, yet how we act upon them defines our character. Seneca reminds us, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Emotional control, therefore, is not about denying sadness or anger, but learning to channel these feelings constructively. A Stoic might feel the sting of loss or the pang of frustration, but they resist being swept away by these currents. Through discipline, they cultivate the ability to pause, reflect, and respond with reason. This practice of self-regulation builds resilience over time. Imagine a sailor navigating turbulent seas, not by denying the storm, but by steering the ship steadily toward the horizon. In this way, the Stoic transforms moments of emotional turmoil into opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Weaving the principles together. The principles of Stoicism are not isolated teachings but interconnected threads that form a cohesive philosophy. Focusing on what we can control, practicing gratitude for the present, and mastering our emotions through discipline all lead to a life of greater freedom, peace, and purpose. By embodying these principles, we walk a path illuminated by reason and guided by virtue, ready to face whatever life may bring with courage and grace. 2. Adversity as a teacher. Adversity, often viewed as life's greatest burden, is redefined in Stoicism as a profound teacher. Every hardship, no matter how daunting, is an opportunity to cultivate resilience, deepen wisdom, and refine character. Challenges are not roadblocks, they are the chisels of life, shaping us into more virtuous and capable individuals. Seneca captured this transformative truth when he wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." These words remind us that just as physical strength is built through resistance, the strength of the soul is forged in the crucible of adversity. Each struggle, then, becomes a necessary step on the path to inner fortitude. Consider a modern entrepreneur facing the collapse of her business. At first, she is consumed by despair, paralyzed by the enormity of the setback. Yet, through reflection, she begins to shift her perspective. Instead of viewing failure as the end, she sees it as a beginning, a call to reassess her vision, refine her strategies, and innovate. This change in mindset empowers her to rebuild not only her business but also her confidence, turning what seemed like ruin into a foundation for future success. Her story is a testament to the Stoic belief that adversity is not an adversary but an ally. Marcus Aurelius, too, spoke to this principle with clarity. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. These words invite us to reframe obstacles as the very path we are meant to tread. Rather than resisting hardship, the Stoic embraces it, understanding that growth often lies hidden within discomfort. Adversity also teaches humility. In facing our limitations, we learn to rely on reason, patience, and the support of others. It strips away illusions of invincibility, grounding us in the reality of our shared human frailty. Through hardship, we gain empathy and a deeper appreciation for the interconnectedness of life. To embrace adversity as a teacher is not to seek suffering but to find meaning within it. Every challenge, no matter how unwelcome, carries a lesson. It may reveal hidden strengths, foster creativity, or illuminate new paths. When we accept hardship with courage and wisdom, we transcend it, transforming pain into progress and obstacles into stepping stones. Thus, the Stoic sees life's trials not as punishments but as opportunities to grow into the best version of oneself. With this mindset, adversity becomes a partner in the journey toward wisdom, resilience, and virtue. 3. Practical applications. The philosophy of Stoicism is not meant to remain confined to abstract ideas. It thrives in practical application. By integrating its principles into daily life, we create a foundation for personal growth, clarity, and resilience. The Stoic way is a lived philosophy, and its power lies in actionable practices that transform thought into virtue. Daily reflection is a cornerstone of Stoic practice, a discipline that sharpens self-awareness and fosters continuous improvement. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, exemplifies this through his candid introspection and quest for virtue. By journaling, we follow his lead, pausing each day to examine our actions and intentions. Ask yourself, what did I do well today? Where did I falter? How can I improve tomorrow? These simple yet profound questions encourage accountability and guide us toward living with purpose. Reflection becomes a mirror, revealing areas of strength while illuminating paths for growth. Equally essential is the cultivation of focus, a practice of guarding our attention against distractions that dilute our energy and purpose. In today's world, where social media and endless notifications vie for our mental space, this principle is more relevant than ever. Epictetus reminds us, you become what you give your attention to. By consciously choosing where to direct our focus, we reclaim our autonomy, limiting exposure to trivial pursuits and engaging only with what aligns with our values fosters a life of intentionality. Whether through limiting screen time or seeking meaningful conversations, This practice grounds us in the present and sharpens our priorities. Discipline, too, is integral to the Stoic life, a tool not of restriction but liberation. True discipline aligns actions with our highest aspirations, bridging the gap between who we are and who we wish to become. Seneca advises, "If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable." By cultivating habits such as regular exercise, structured work periods, and deliberate rest, we anchor ourselves to our goals. Discipline is the scaffolding of freedom, allowing us to act with clarity and purpose, unencumbered by impulsivity or distraction. These practices, reflection, focus, and discipline, are interwoven threads that form the fabric of a Stoic life. Together, they empower us to navigate the complexities of existence with wisdom and resolve. By embracing these applications, we do not merely study Stoicism, we live it, transforming philosophy into action and intention into virtue. 4. Real-life stories. The beauty of Stoicism lies in its adaptability. It is not bound by time or circumstance. Its principles resonate as strongly in the bustling arenas of modern life as they did in the grand courts of ancient Rome. Let us consider two profound stories, one drawn from history and one from contemporary life, where Stoicism becomes not just philosophy but an art of living. Imagine Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, seated alone under the vast Roman sky. The empire is in turmoil, barbarians threaten its borders. A devastating plague decimates the population, and political factions gnaw at its foundation. Yet, Marcus does not succumb to despair. He picks up his stylus and inscribes thoughts into a journal, thoughts that were not meant for the world, but for his own soul. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. In the stillness of those moments, he transforms chaos into clarity. His leadership was not forged by ambition, but by duty, guided by the Stoic understanding that while he could not control the course of war or disease, he could control how he responded to them. Each decision he made was an act of reflection, not reaction, a lesson for all leaders, ancient or modern, on the value of self-mastery in the face of the uncontrollable. Now, fast forward to the present. A professional athlete lies in a hospital bed, their career in question after a career-threatening injury. Their body, once a finely tuned machine, now feels foreign and fragile. The world they've built seems to collapse, but instead of succumbing to despair, they choose a Stoic path. Each day begins with a simple mantra, drawn from the wisdom of Epictetus. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. They set small, deliberate goals, regaining strength, rebuilding muscle, and most importantly, maintaining focus. What could have been an insurmountable setback becomes an opportunity for transformation, not just in body but in spirit. With every grueling physical therapy session, they find renewed strength, not only as an athlete but as a person who has learned to see adversity as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. These two stories, separated by millennia, converge on a single truth. Stoicism is the art of finding stability in a world of uncertainty. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that even the weight of an empire can be borne with grace when guided by reason and virtue. The athlete shows us that failure is not the end but a new beginning when we face it with determination and perspective. In both, we see how Stoicism transforms lives, not by erasing challenges, but by empowering us to meet them with courage and clarity. It is a reminder that the true battle lies not in the external world, but within ourselves. And the victories we achieve there are the ones that truly define us. 5. Letting go of external validation. To live authentically is to free oneself from the chains of external validation. The Stoics understood that acting to please others or fearing their judgment pulls us away from our true selves, like a ship steering off course in a storm. True freedom lies not in the approval of others, but in the alignment of our actions with our own principles, an unshakable anchor amidst the shifting tides of opinion. Marcus Aurelius, reflecting on this struggle, wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. These words illuminate the paradox of human behavior. We yearn for self-respect, yet often sacrifice it in pursuit of fleeting approval. The Stoic challenge is to break this cycle and turn inward, finding validation not in applause, but in the quiet certainty of living virtuously. Imagine standing at a crossroads, faced with a decision. One path promises admiration from others, but it compromises your values. The other path is steep and solitary, yet it aligns with what you know to be right. The Stoic would urge you to choose the latter, for the applause of the crowd is fleeting, but the approval of your own conscience is enduring. Seneca reminds us, "What progress, you ask, have I made? I have begun to be a friend to myself." This, then, is the goal, not to impress the world, but to stand firm in friendship with your own principles. To cultivate this mindset, the Stoics often practice self-reflection. Take a moment to examine a recent decision. Was it shaped by the fear of judgment or the lure of approval? How might you have acted differently if your only guide was virtue? Through this exercise, we begin to unlearn the habit of outsourcing our worth and instead reclaim it from within. The Stoic life is not indifferent to others, but independent of their opinions. When we let go of the need for external validation, we discover a deeper, more lasting source of fulfillment. It is not found in the approval of others, but in the quiet confidence of knowing that we have acted with integrity. In this way, we liberate ourselves from the endless chase for validation and step fully into the freedom of authenticity, becoming the person we are truly meant to be. 6. The role of gratitude. Gratitude is a transformative force that redirects our gaze from what we lack to what we already possess. It is not merely a fleeting emotion, but a disciplined practice that reshapes our perspective, fostering contentment and shielding us from the endless cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. The Stoics recognize this power, teaching that gratitude anchors us in the present and nurtures a life of tranquility. Epictetus captured the essence of this principle when he wrote, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." These words remind us that abundance is not measured by accumulation, but by the ability to appreciate what is already at hand. A life guided by gratitude dissolves the illusion of scarcity and reveals the richness of the everyday, a sunrise, a shared moment, a kind word. To live with gratitude is to consciously resist the pull of envy and entitlement. Imagine someone who constantly compares their life to others, always chasing the next achievement or possession. They are trapped in a race without a finish line, their happiness perpetually deferred. In contrast, the Stoic learns to pause and reflect. What is good in my life today? What gifts, though simple, enrich my existence? Through this practice, the soul finds calm, unshaken by the turbulence of external circumstances. Marcus Aurelius, a master of this mindset, advises, "Do not indulge in dreams of what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours." This exercise invites us to view our possessions, relationships, and opportunities with fresh eyes, recognizing their inherent value rather than taking them for granted. To cultivate gratitude, begin with a simple daily practice. Reflect on 3 things you are grateful for, whether grand achievements or small moments of joy. Perhaps it is the laughter of a friend, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, or the strength you showed in a difficult situation. As this habit grows, it becomes a lens through which to see life's abundance, even amidst adversity. Gratitude, then, is more than a passive acknowledgement. It is an active alignment with the present moment. It reduces reactivity, tempers desires, and fosters a profound sense of peace. By embracing this Stoic virtue, we transform our perception of the world, not as a landscape of scarcity, but as a canvas of endless richness, waiting to be appreciated. Through gratitude, we learn to live fully, finding joy in both the ordinary and the extraordinary. Remember, focusing on your growth isn't selfish. It's the foundation for living a meaningful life. By refining your character and nurturing inner strength, you don't just transform yourself, you become a source of positive change for the world around you. So, will you rise to the challenge of becoming the architect of your life? Start today with one deliberate choice, one action rooted in virtue and growth. The journey is lifelong, but every step forward is a testament to your commitment to living with intention and resilience. If you found this content meaningful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss the next step in this journey. I'd also love to hear from you. Share your thoughts or ask a question in the comments below. Together, let's explore and cultivate the tools for a more intentional and fulfilling life.